all, tonight's special elections were pretty good for Democrats. It looks like they're going to hold the Virginia State House, and Andy Beshear won his re-election in Kentucky. The Presley cousin down in Mississippi probably will not get enough votes for a runoff down there, so their corrupt Republican will probably hang on to the governorship. But all in all, it was pretty good if you were a Democrat. And remember how supposedly how closely divided we are in this country over abortion. Well, that, like this thing with Ohio, was there ever any doubt they were going to support abortion rights? There was never any doubt. Never a doubt at all. And like I've said, I think even Idaho and Utah, with all the Mormons, I think that they would support abortion rights too, if put to the voters. But you got these whack jobs that are in the legislatures and shit that are trying to outdo each other, out-wacko each other, and trying to, in their lame attempt to try to get women back into the home where they belong, on their back and in the kitchen. And this was hilarious. Somebody noted this on Democratic Underground. For immediate release, this was Speaker Jason Stevens of the Ohio House of Representatives. He said, Ohio House Speaker Jason Stevens, R. Kitts Hill, has released the following statement regarding the election results for Issue 1. As a 100% pro-life, conservative, I remain steadfastly committed to protecting life, and that commitment is unwavering. The legislature has multiple paths that we will explore to continue to protect innocent life. This is not the end of the conversation. So women are just a bunch of stupid incubators. They're just stupid, and only whores get abortions. And all this other 1950s mentality. It's gotta go. And the more they dig their heels in, the more women are going to get angry. And the public in general is going to get angry. And they're going to push back. But it ain't going to stop them. They're just going to go on and on and on and on with this crap. But, yep, so they added the abortion rights to the state constitution. And it was handily 57%. More than 57% of the vote, according to results shortly after the referendum was declared. And everybody knew in August that in order to put the thing to a vote, everybody knew this was a foregone conclusion, that Ohio voters were going to easily pass the abortion referendum. And says here, after polls closed on Tuesday, abortion rights supporters gathered at a downtown Columbus watch party hosted by Ohioans United for Reproductive Rights, the coalition backing Issue 1. Each time an agency or news organization declared that Issue 1 had passed, cheers erupted across the party, culminating in an ear-splitting roar when CNN, which was playing on a widespread screen, aired footage of the watch party itself. It said here, Ohio spoke tonight. They sure as hell did. And, you know, and Democrats need to run with this, and they will, you know, and despite all the blather about trying to get Biden to not run again and all this stuff, Tim Ryan is the latest guy that was pushing to, or suggesting that Biden withdraw. He should get reelected, despite being as old as dirt, considering what the opposition is, because we can ill afford for women to go back to the 18th century. And this issue is going to be decisive. So the far right thought, oh, this is such a great way to do. Take it back to the states. Let the people decide the abortion issue. And then they find out the people don't want it. People don't want their bullshit. The anti-abortion bullshit. They don't want it. Women especially don't want it. They're not going back. And before I call this good tonight, I just want to know about Bluffy St. Marie, and I'll put a link in there if I remember, but everybody should watch a 1966 episode of To Tell the Truth, where she and two imposters, quote unquote, were contestants on the show. And that is a laugh until you ache classic. I have not laughed as hard as I have watching that show. Not in months have I laughed that hard, because all three were imposters. And she was playing that Native American act or Indian act or whatever you want to call it. She was playing that act way back. And lying through her teeth in her supposed affidavit on there, noting that she was actually Cree or something, like she peddled, which she had decided on after she went through several other native ancestry or tribal nations or whatever you call them, before she decided on the Cree. And it's just hilarious. And they let her at the end of it, and 3 out of the 4 panelists on the panel voted that Buffy St. Marie was Buffy St. Marie. But what was hilarious is, I recall, old Orson Bean was on there, and he made some crack about Columbus's revenge or something, revenge on Columbus. And I was thinking, here was a woman whose real last name was Santa Maria, and if I remember correctly, that was one of the ships that Columbus took when he sailed for Spain and ran into the West Indies. But anyway, so much for that crap. Let's look that up. Columbus. Oh, God damn it. I can't do this. I don't think I can do this. Yep, it was the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. So, yeah, he was Italian. Just like old Bluffy. Anyway, but I'll put that on there. But yeah, she's getting the brickbats and all that stuff, and people are making a lot of jokes about her. But that one is really important. If you want to see how nervy she absolutely was, that she would go on that damn show. That show, of all the shows she could have been on, she went on To Tell the Truth. So, anyway, getting back to the abortion thing, it was a really good news for women in Ohio, women in the United States, but that isn't going to stop the crackpots from trying to force their beliefs down everybody else's throats. So anyway, that is it for tonight.